Hello there and welcome to the Canadian Grand Prix. As you can see, we're qualifying first and Duhan still had a bad qualifying 6th. But it's not really that far down to him, it's about 2.7 tenths. So, you know, 3 tenths off. Isn't really that bad, all things considered. Gasly had a amazing qualifying, Alfa Romeo up in 4th. But we have changed some pieces also on Piastri's car. So after his crash in Baku, he wrecked his engine and he wrecked his gearbox. His ERS took some damage, but not a lot. But the engine went from virtually 80% down to 50, so he has a completely new engine. Gearbox 2 took a hit down to around the 50 mark, so new gearbox as well. So currently he's running a better car, engine and gearbox-wise than Duhan does, so that could also have had an effect on this qualifying, all things considered.
It's time.
Now let's see how we can start the strategy here. We're going to be partly cloudy. Which of course could be a problem. We could do a one-stopper, but again, I am a fan of when you have the opportunity to be aggressive that we do. So let's see, can we pull 2 medium stints and a soft stint? Probably going to be challenging if we're going to run aggressive. The softs can last a couple of laps longer. We could just barely make it work, but I think we'll start on the mediums. And then we'll do something like this. It'll allow us to make sure that we get, you know, everything out of every tire. That's okay for Piastri. Pretty straightforward. I don't know if we're going to do the same here for Duhan. We could try and do this one, but again, that would relegate him to not having as much... we don't have as much tire to waste for overtakes and things like that, so he'd have to do most of his job by the end of the softs. Sorry, mediums. I think I'm having a stroke, I just don't function. Apologies for that. But yeah, it would put him in a position where he'd have to do most of it on the mediums. So again, I think we're going to go with an aggressive 2-stopper. It just works for us, so there's no reason not to. We've had great success with that in the last couple of races. It could be different here, because the tires will be more likely to last for our rivals. But we'll try and put him on the same aggressive strategy, and we'll try and make up places early. So we'll do this, and we'll see how this race goes. Let's start the Canadian Grand Prix.
I don't want it. The drivers are ready and raring to go. It's the Canadian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Piastri with a good start. That's what we'd like to see. Can Duhan make up some spots here in this the first corner? Maybe one. Up into 5th. Gasly made up 2 spots there, got up into 2nd. That's quite impressive. Duhan is still struggling with Russell though. Can he make something stick here? Looks like he made the move work. Yep, Russell got kind of left behind.
Good job, good job.
And Piastri already has 1.5 seconds down to Gasly. So, we're looking good here. Now, can he get Paris as well?
Just gained by Williams.
Maybe. Got Paris too, very good. Now it's Sainz and Gasly up in the menu, if we can catch up to them.
Nice work.
And as you can see, we have barely used any ERS. Both our drivers have more than 80% left. So, we're looking good on that perspective too. And I think Gasly is actually helping us here by, you know, slowing down Sainz. So, I'd say we're in a really, really good position here. Can Duhan make something work here towards the last couple of corners of this lap? No, not really. But, oh. We're close to the wall there. Should be okay. Yeah, Piastri gaining 3.2 seconds on the first lap is definitely very nice to see. And he'll probably get a bigger gap here going further down. I'm unsure if Verstappen had a penalty or not, but he's fallen very far behind, which is surprising. Tires are overheating, we are used to that. I think the overheating tires need to be punished a bit more heavily, because overheating doesn't seem to have that much of an effect at the current state of the game. But let's see, can we get Duhan to make a move on the 2 people in front of him? Maybe, maybe not. Oh, Can he get something done on Sainz here? Nope. Flying suggests that little bit extra top speed compared to us. So we're going to go neutral on our ERS here until the end of this lap, and we'll work from there. Piastri needs to go balanced. He doesn't have a slipstream to save fuel with, so we'll have to try and get it back. Halfway through the third lap here, we have 7 seconds down to second. That's an incredible pace to begin with, so we can be very, very happy with that. And again, Duhan is... Oh, accident there from Perez.
Sounds like someone's locked up.
Perez locked up.
Look at the replay. So let's look at this. There's Sergio Perez. Well, they've
Went
locked up.
straight on.
They
Oh,
won't have been happy about that.
that was a bit awkward, but I assume that was him.
That's going to be a big blow to the team. Will they be able...
I assume that was him hitting the wall, so we'll have to see if he pits or not. Once we get over here. Duhan is now up in second. Let's have him go balance as well. He has a bunch of fuel that he can, you know, save. Let's harvest for a couple of laps. Or actually just deploy. You already have some space to work with. Yeah, this is looking good. Gonna have to go neutral. Probably harvest a little bit, although he can get re-overtaken in that case. Let's push the fuel a bit. Sorry, not re-overtaken, more like the gap will close. Let's push the fuel a bit, let's go neutral, and let's see here if Duhan can keep this this gap going. Let's speed things up and see if the Ferrari and the Alpha reels him in or not. It seems like he's doing a good job here. They're gaining a little bit on the straight, but it's quickly lost again. So we're looking good. Piastri locked up. Luckily, doesn't seem to have had a big effect. Well, Duhan caught up a lot. And the rest of them too, so...
Let's have a look. Now,
wait a minute.
the Williams here. There's the crash.
Did he touch the wall there? Is that what happened? Because, yeah, there's no damage to the car. And there's no real damage to tires either, so... Guess he locked up, lost a bit of time. Nothing major, really. It's gonna affect the first pit stop we saw. Sainz with a lockup fell down to 10th. What did he do?
Let's have another look. Sainz is the focus here. That lockup could have cost them dearly.
Basically the same thing that happened to Piastri. See here how we're looking. So yeah, again, this is probably the most, once you have a car that can compete.
Okay, there's a big crash.
What happened? No safety car. But yeah, as I was saying, let's have a look at Hamilton first.
Now, just watch the Mercedes here.
Okay, so this corner is a bit wonky in terms of simulation, but that's the front wing gone. So as I was saying here, it seems like the most powerful strategy currently is, again, just once your car starts reaching, you know, 4th best, basically top 5-ish, when you can start challenging the best car, if you can get a good qualifying start in front of the grid, making a pocket and just pushing your tires aggressively throughout the entire race with a 2-stopper, it's actually the more reliable strategy. As long as you can create this pocket where you don't have to do too many overtakes after your first pit stop. Now, doing it on softs is probably not going to work because you'll get chucked so far down the order that you'll just suffer. So currently we are in our first, you know, pit window, but we're going to try and push it and see if we can get that, you know, that gap down to 3rd, 4th, where we can pit without getting into a worse position. So again, you don't really see too much fall off in tires until you reach 30%. I'm looking forward to the update. That's going to change that in a couple of weeks. So it's going to be good. 37%, 38. Can they push one more lap? I think so. So we'll allow them to run through there. And we'll be doing a double stack. This... Did I not put Piastri on a strategy? Duhan is also not a strategy. Okay, I know what happened here. It's because we're pitting them so late that we missed the pit window, basically. We ran them a bit too long.
Is that a lockup?
Magnus had a lockup, fell back a bit. But yeah, 40 seconds down to, you know, the others on the first pit stop. An interesting one. Albon spun in last. No biggie there. But as you can see here, we have, again, Piastri has 25-second lead on lap 28. Pit stop done. 10 seconds down to Duhan. Is perfectly alright. We might have to save some fuel here towards the end, but unless we have another crash like in Baku, I think we have this, the bag. Or a spin, you know, where our drivers hit each other. But this is okay. It won't level our drivers as much because they're not overtaking and defending, but it's a secure position to be in. If we can have a car that allows us to just dominate like this, we don't really need super good drivers, which is a shame. I feel like the drivers should also matter a bit more. But again, it's early days with this game. It's a great foundation, I dare say. It's just lacking a bit in the balance department, lacking a bit in, you know, depth. So, well, I say lacking in depth. It isn't really. It's lacking in the balancing. Get the AI a bit more, you know, variety, get different strategies that can be put on, make them prioritize car parts. Basically, you know, the foundation is there. Now you just need to add some tweaks and some balance to make the game great. So far, I enjoy this game a lot. It's a good game. But I know that it can become so much better. And that's what I'm silently hoping towards here in the future. So currently we're alright. You're lacking 0.2 laps. I think we're good. We could run you on a conserve because your race engineer is worried. And let's just do that. Let's do the same with Duhan. Let's save about 1.5 laps maybe, because the delta will change once we go back to balanced. We have so much time here that it isn't a problem. Crash, but no safety car, so we'll just allow things to carry on.
We've had a crash.
Show.
Take a look now.
What happened to him?
This was the Aston Martin.
Lock up
That
into
crash is
the wall.
terrible news for the team.
Kind of like Piastri did, just a bit more harsh. But we might end up lapping quite a few of the drivers here, if you consider it, because we're already lapped 10th place, and Piastri is currently hunting down Russell. So if we decide to try and stretch these tires to the end,
Looks like there's been a lockup.
I'm thinking we could potentially lap the whole grid, potentially down to Verstappen. Not a safety car, so we're good. It was Sainz, actually, that crashed out by the looks of things. Yep, he's pitting.
I think that was
And
a crash.
Piastri also
Let's
gained,
take a closer look.
got Russell there.
Let's have another look. Science is the focus here.
Oh, that's... I'm surprised he isn't out. That's a rough one. That's a real rough one. Again here, do we want to just skip the pit stop? Go standard? Let's just do that. Go standard on both cars. Let's see if we can make the last 12% last 10 laps. We could probably also go conserve, but as you can see, Alonso is gaining, losing, so I think we'll just secure it by pitting. Piastri is pulling along the others, so let's just go attack here. Both our drivers. We're going to pit for softs, and we're going to go for our fastest lap, I think. And honestly, we have enough of a room here that we don't need to risk the tires doing something silly. And I'm going to put both our drivers on conserve and get energy. Because again, we do just have that sort of gap to play with here. Still going to drive aggressively though. Oh, sorry, attack. That's not going to change.
Did somebody spin out there?
Albon had a little spin. But yeah, let's have them try for fastest lap towards the end here. Tires severely overheating. That's not a good sign. It should hurt the degradation quite a bit. But again, it's not something I'm very concerned about.
Been a lockup.
Okay, let's go. We are in position now where we'll start the final lap in a second. So we'll put balanced just to be safe. Because again, I do want to make sure that we conserve enough fuel that we don't, you know, get
Last lap.
DQ'd for not finishing, running out of fuel. And Piastri managed to lap Gasly there, 8th place at the end, which is quite an achievement. 2nd place for Duhan, we're happy with that. And with that in mind, we'll have a look at the standings here. So Verstappen made up spaces, which is very good. Sadly, Gasly, even though starting 4th, was a bit unlucky. Perez had also not the best race. But the fact that we lapped up to 8th place is kind of impressive, I dare say. Duhan got fastest lap there by 2/10, very good. And once again, you can see that compared to the rest of the field there, the fastest lap is just something we can say we own at this stage. Drivers' Championship, starting to look a bit more dominant. Constructors too, a bit more dominant, almost 50 points. Now, seeing that 18 points is the most you can get, we can basically, you know, go for vacation for 3 races, no problem. So yeah, we're doing really well. 1-2 in the Canadian Grand Prix. Again, we were lucky. Piastri touched the wall, didn't get damage. We're very happy with that. So yeah, a good race all things considered. Bit of crashing, as it usually goes, but pretty good. Unlucky for Sainz though with that tumble into the wall. Really hurt his race. Yeah, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and ding that bell. I'm very grateful if you could do so. Thank you to everyone who has already done it. And I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.